So I am led and moved to come to you today and just share a message that's on my heart. And I want to have some transparency with you all. You see, I am in my phase of my healing journey and what I've gone through in my experiences of after losing my late spouse, leaving the state of California, traveling for some time, and then settling and remarrying in Senegal. I'm in my stage of rebuilding. I'm in my stage of going after my dreams. I'm in my stage of doing my best to be obedient to God's guidance and God's calling on my life to be of service to those whom I know that I'm meant to serve. And in this process, there's a lot that I'm learning as I go and as I grow and as I build and as I design, right? And this can be sometimes one of the most vulnerable stages as an entrepreneur, as someone who is daring to dream again. And I'm led to help other women who have gone through loss, some who may still be stuck in their grief, some who may be in that stage of redesigning their life but have insecurities or experiencing self-doubt or not really sure of who they are anymore because the identity of what they once knew themselves to be is no longer. Whether it's someone who lost a spouse or someone who experienced divorce, or you lost a loved one, or you experienced the pain of loss and grief. So I know that I'm here to help you because I've done it before with widows who lost their spouse and didn't have a space to grieve. They didn't have an outlet to express that pain. And by the grace of God, I was able to create that space for them. And many of these women have gone on to have to live a life that brought light and comfort and joy back into their lives. Some remarried, and some just found contentment in their journey. So I knew that whenever I was going to come back to this work and this calling, that I was not just going to focus on widows anymore. I was not just going to solely focus on widows. I wanted to expand the reach because I've heard many women ask before when I had the widow support group, what about me? So that's why I'm here. Now, I want to say something. I'm a Muslim woman. And when I went through my grieving process, I prayed to God. I prayed to Allah. I used my holy book to guide me through. And I would be so authentic and extremely fake if I were to omit the words of God that got me through my grieving process. Now, I want to help women of faith. I want to serve women of faith. But I know some women may not feel comfortable if I use quotes from the Hadith or quotes from the Quran or say Allah instead of God. And if that's you, I can respect where you are. I don't want to impose any beliefs on you, which I'm not. I'm just sharing from what I've gone through and what helped me get through. So I just want to say that so that when you join a membership, because women are joining every day, they're joining, that you know what you're getting into. Also, I want to say that I'm being led. I have my vision, but I'm being led by God and I'm being inspired from within. So it's forming and shaping itself. Because sometimes in life, when you are going through your rebuilding stage and when you're starting over, you're not going to have all the ducks in a row. So I'm used to having my ducks in a row. But in this stage of building and what I'm learning from mentors who have guided entrepreneurs, I'm learning that sometimes you just got to jump in, trust the process, learn as you go. As long as you know who you're serving, as long as you know that what you are bringing to the market is authentic and true, that's all you need. I'm not an Islamic scholar. I'm no scholar. I don't have certificates and certifications in any of that. But what I do have is experience. What I do have is a strong desire to help you heal and to help you move through your grieving process. So this message is really for that woman who is not only in the depth of her grief, but also in that stage of becoming, in that stage of figuring out what's next. Like, I want to use myself as that example. So I want to use myself as that example. So I know that this is the time to continue to show up and continue to serve. And I'm looking forward to working with you and helping you move through your journey. And I'm also looking forward to you joining a community and seeing how Grow with Tahira membership and community evolves and unfold. So I'm not really sure exactly what's next in terms of what I want to say next. But all I know is that this is a calling. And I know from my experience of creating safe space for women to dream and to believe in themselves and to heal and to release and to connect and to experience transformation is something that's real and something that I know is a gift of mine. And I'm just coming here talking to you because when you go through trauma, when you go through grief and loss, it changes you and you're never the same. And it's not a bad thing. It's just you're not who you once were. And in that space of rediscovering and building your self-esteem and allowing the pain to move through and you reclaiming your faith and you understanding that grief is a part of the process of rebuilding and most importantly strengthening your faith with God, because that's really what it comes down to. Like, when you go through your loss, it's a test, but it's a test that you go through that test your faith and belief in God. And it's remembering the words of God that helps you to get through it. And it's a personal journey that it's a personal journey. It's a personal journey between you and God. And no one can really define how that's going to go for you. No one can tell you exactly how you should move and how you should respond to your personal traumatic experience, right? And I don't know. I'm just called to come on here and just share this with you. Like, no makeup on, didn't get camera ready, like just stepping out. So this part of me sharing is speaking to that woman who know it's your time. You are ready to live again, but you're uncertain. I'm speaking to you as well. So I help women in those three categories. The woman who is in her grief, the woman who is rediscovering, and that woman who's ready to dream. And I just want you to know that I got your back. And I'm here for you. And I'm also here with you. And we're going on this journey together. a true sisterhood, real, true community. And when you come into the community, and as we begin our programs, because we have our Understanding Grief workshop series that is kicking off in a few weeks, and you'll hear more about that. You're going to see the sacredness of healing with other women and sharing your experience of your loss and your grief, and also seeing each other in each other's, seeing yourself in each other's story. So I was just led to come on. Someone had to hear this, because I know I would have had my makeup on. I would have had my notes. I would have came somewhat prepared. I normally don't jump on unprepared like this, but I know that this is God not only testing me, but pushing me out there to serve his people, pushing me out there to help that woman, getting myself out my way to help you. And whoever you are, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to that person who don't understand what I'm saying. I'm talking to that sister who understands what I'm saying. If you understand what I'm saying, I'm talking to you. I'm coming out here for you. You are not alone. You do not have to go through this process by yourself. And most importantly, you will be okay. You will get through this. God did not forsake you. What you're going through is only going to make you better. There's a greater reward beyond this grief. I would have never imagined that I would have found love again in the manner of which I did. And I'm not pushing for you to find love again. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just talking about the fact that God will give you something equal or even better. I lost the love of my life back in 2020. And I thought I would never find someone. At one point, I thought I would never find someone like him. And although we all are individuals in our own right, so there will never be another Antar, the marriage that I have now is so sweet. It's so tender. It's beautiful. And I'll stop on that because my husband's like, keep our private business personal. So, I'm not trying to put all my business out there because my husband is private. I'm more like an open book, not him. It's not about that Senegalese culture where they're like, listen, I'm like, I'm American. Americans, we do share a little bit more. But anywho, I'm talking to you, sister. So if what I'm saying to you resonates, join my private free community, Grow with Tahira. As I mentioned in one of the videos I did earlier this week, I'm still developing the membership, and I'm coming out with our Understanding Grief series by in 2 more weeks, and we're also beginning a healing series, a 7-day healing series. Some will call it like a challenge or boot camp, but I'm not using the word challenge or boot camps because there's no boot camps or challenge when it comes in the space of grief. This is like a healing journey, a healing series. So those are 2 things that are coming. Our 6 series workshop on understanding grief, where we'll talk about understanding grief, the stages of grief. We'll go into coping with how to cope and manage grief. We'll focus on changing roles and relationships, because when you lose that loved one, whether you're divorced or you lost a spouse or you lost a sibling or a child, the relationships change. You're no longer that person's spouse, or you no longer have that. If you lost a sibling, you no longer have that sibling of yours with you anymore. But although you're forever theirs, they're not with you. So there's a change in that. Like, you can't call them and reach out to them and confide in them or get their support. You understand what I'm saying? Unless you pray and God allows them to enter into your dreams and inspire you through your dreams. But as you can't pick up the phone and get what you used to get from them. So that's a change, right? We're also going to talk about focusing on your blessings, because through hardship, there is ease and relief. And God is so close to us, especially when we're struggling. So I'm just looking forward to what's unfolding. I want to thank my community for being patient and rolling with me as I roll out the programs, because they coming and there's more to come. I launched pretty much like a month before I planned to, because I was led, but it's coming. So I know that someone needed to hear this, even if it's that one sister. And if this speaks to you, join our free community. And if you know of someone who this can benefit, share this with them. All right. I love you and I'm here with you and we're going to do this together. I'm going to support you and guide you through your journey. You're not alone. And as you're going through your journey of healing and rediscovering and building, I'm going through my journey of building this mission, because it's a mission. A God-led mission. An inspired-led mission. A mission. So I think I'm in there. I appreciate you. I'm your sister. So for those of you who this speaks to, know that I'm a Muslim woman. I'm a proud Muslim woman. But I also grew up around Muslims and non-Muslims. So it's something in my heart that wants to keep this, that I want to keep this door open for women of faith, because I believe in God. If you believe in God, we together. But I'm Muslim and I am going to sometimes say Allah. And I may sometimes greet you as Assalamu alaikum. Or I will use the Quran in my communication. I'm also going to quote verses from the Bible. So there you have it. We're going to walk this walk together. You're not alone. Assalamu alaikum. May God peace be with you. Peace and love.